Let's get it. Untold story behind FaZe Clan's collapse.
On the day that FaZe Clan uploaded their first video to YouTube, the world was a completely different place.
2010.
Instagram didn't exist, Minecraft hadn't officially released, and Drake was yet to drop his debut album.
Oh hey, what's up? It's FaZe Time.
For over 15 years...
Actually? Damn. So this would drop what, like 2 months? Literally a month later. That's crazy.
What's up? It's FaZe Time.
For over 15 years, FaZe Clan has constantly sat at the top of the internet's food chain like some sort of unkillable giant.
FaZe Clan.
But I guess the saying is true. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
That same night, boom, cooked.
Over the course of just 72 hours, every member left the org.
I officially left FaZe Clan.
A 15-year dynasty ended,
FaZe Clan ended. It's gone.
and down went Goliath.
How does that happen?
Not sure, brother.
How do you kill the unkillable? Is it money?
Where's the money? Where is it?
Is it greed?
I don't really know what's going on.
How does the biggest org in the world get replaced by a talent agency?
I decided to leave DraftKings. You launched Hearthstone.
What do y'all think,
To FaZe
chat?
Clan, there's a lot that goes into it.
Was it the
I mean,
money?
You're talking about 15 years of problems building up until its final death. So before we really dive into the good stuff, we need to get everybody on the same page, at least on the important stuff. But don't worry, we're gonna speedrun it. Ready? On a macro level, you have two eras of FaZe. There's OG FaZe and there's new FaZe. When it comes to OG FaZe, there's four names that matter the most: Apex, Temper, Rain, and Banks. They're the founding fathers. They took FaZe from a clan tag in Call of Duty lobbies to one of the biggest names on the internet.
FaZe Clan.
FaZe Clan? FaZe Clan.
Together, they built one of the earliest blueprints for social media, pioneering things like content houses and paving the way for the next generation of creators. OG FaZe reached the heights that it did because of how genuine it was. When they first started this,
Yo, this editing's kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie to that.
And neither was the money that came with it. But as the internet changed, OG FaZe died alongside it. As social media became a business, the crippling domino effect started.
This guy got introduced by somebody that everyone really trusted.
The founders brought someone in to help them grow as an actual company.
Steph came in and immediately started divide and conquer.
That original CEO brought in more people, brought in investors until eventually it was too late.
I literally heard with my own ears, people that got hired within a month or two saying, we don't need the founders.
The founders were essentially stripped out of their own company, and the friendship that FaZe was built on was shattered because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Corporate leaders took FaZe public, and
Bro,
it started
you
out
see this shit all the time in the music industry too. I just fucking last night we just watched the damn Michael Jackson movie. Y'all remember when Michael went to Motown, finally got invite to Motown Records, and he started doing his thing, and then all of a sudden the engineers and the producers had to tell Pops like, "Yo, we got it from here, bro. We don't need your help, bro." And this shit happens all the time, man. When you try to sell your product, you sell it off, you sell the rights to your product to somebody else. They make the rules now, so
valuation.
That's tough.
But within a year, the stock plummeted. The company was on the verge of being delisted, and bankruptcy was right around the corner. While that sounds horrible, it was actually the best case scenario for FaZe. This was the brand's second chance. The company was run into the ground because the people running it didn't understand it. This rock bottom was the birth of new FaZe. To fix the problems behind the crash, a company called GameSquare acquired FaZe and put the people who knew it best back into leadership roles. The founders were backdriving the ship.
Because we're taking this back,
Yeah.
and we're running it the f up, and your boys got plans.
For the past 2 years, we've watched as FaZe Clan return to its former glory, dominating the internet as a group of friends who really seemed to be having fun making content. Or at least, that's how it seemed. Because we've now, for the second time, seen FaZe Clan crash and burn. Except this time, I don't really think it's getting back up.
Damn.
It's sad, bro. Cause this really did mean something to me, bro.
So how does that happen? How do you get a second chance, do everything right, and still end up here? Well, what I've come to realize is that the revival of FaZe didn't play out quite how it was marketed. And to best explain it, we've got to start back at the blank slate, just a few months before the GameSquare acquisition.
This puppy is crashing harder than DB Cooper when he jumped out of that airplane. A 95.8%
Penguins.
decrease. It is disastrous.
So early 2023, FaZe's stock is in a freefall.
Shout out
Mass
Penguins.
layoffs are happening left and right, and all of the FaZe members are publicly trashing the leadership.
It's such a
So is this the? Let me run it back real quick. Is this the second act of FaZe with the streamers and shit?
Disastrous.
So early 2023, FaZe's stock is in a freefall. Mass layoffs are happening left
Yeah.
and right, and all of the FaZe members are publicly trashing the leadership.
Yep.
It's such a privilege to be in Faze, right?
It's a mess. The board finally realizes it's over. They're bleeding money, they've got no plan to turn it around, and no investment bank wants to touch them. So they do the only thing left. They start shopping the company around. Basically looking for someone willing to make Faze their problem.
I don't know how long it was until the GameScore stuff started, but I think for the first time in a long time, us four founders kind of were talking, you know, actively.
So at that time, I sure remember even Banks posting a picture of us four saying up to something. And it was like us four outside of like a mirror. There was like an elevator.
Nothing's in
Cornball.
We're still figuring things out, but I pray.
This is why you don't put your plans or your ambitions or whatever, your goals, keep that shit behind closed doors. Don't be going off on social media telling people you're doing this, that, and the third. Don't be going around telling people in general that you have plans for this, that, and the third, because it's just that you're letting an opportunity of something bad that could possibly happen. Like you're giving that opportunity out there, putting it out there into the open. Something bad could happen. Something could go left. So always, man, keep your plans and all your ambitions and goals. Keep that in here, man. Don't let everybody know what you got going on and shit. Cause man, there's too much weird energy out there. Too much stuff that can go left. And
I hope that things do, and I just genuinely believe.
And you look like a damn cornball too.
As long as we're unified, we're all on the same side. I think in the end of the day, we'll win. I just genuinely do. I don't know what it is. It's just something's telling me. My soul's telling me everything's gonna work out. I believe it.
After we met as a group of four for all these months trying to figure out what to do next, decisions were made, things happened, and then really, you know, Banks took the reins, and then it was kind of like just a big show at that point. And I'm not necessarily saying that in a good or bad way. I'm just saying that's what happened.
The founders got together and came up with a plan to take Faze back. They worked together to write a term sheet and pitched it to the board. Ultimately, the board said no, and the conversation shifted to an offer from GameSquare.
And I blessed GameSquare coming in and buying it because Kenna came to me before there was any purchase made and said the only way that we're going to do this is if you're the guy who's going to run it.
On paper, the deal looked simple enough. GameSquare would buy Faze Clan for $14 million in an all-stock transaction. They'd bring the founders back, put them in leadership roles, and let them actually run the company. The board approved it, 3 founders signed it, 1 didn't. Now, building a business on social media is harder than most people.
Who didn't sign it? Faze Rain. Yeah. See, Faze Rain's smart, bro. There's so many people involved in that team that are strictly there for money and attention. That right there, man. That right there.
1 didn't. Now, building a business on social media is harder than most people think. I mean, growing a following is one thing, but actually making money from it is a totally different beast. That's where WAP comes in. WAP is an internet market designed to run even off stitching together businesses, and it acts much also serious.
Or were you just like tapped out?
Are the new streamers, the new guys?
Like corporate coming back in. And check out WAP at the link below.
Hold up. I gotta see what they...
Actively like fighting against it, or were you just like tapped out?
Are the new streamers, the new guys?
Like corporate coming back in, and Faze being...
Corporate coming back in, 1,000,000% against the corporate shit. The new guys I was not against.
Once the acquisition was announced, the
article started. Bro, they even had some content together with Rain, like the new streamers and shit. And they all get along pretty well. They seem pretty tight-knit.
Apex, Temper, and Banks working together to revive the brand.
They gave us a chance to revive the brand again. Like 100,000%.
This is gonna be a movie, and I plan to make everybody who thought they caught a bag and caught a lick on your boy look like a retard and feel dumb.
Behind the scenes, GameSquare made a move that would change everything. They took Faze Clan and split it in 2. Esports and social media. For years, those ran under one roof. Now they were separate entities. Esports stayed under the original legal structure, but the content side, the streamers, the houses, the whole culture of Faze, fell under a brand new company called Faze Media.
When does Matt Kalish come into the picture?
Literally, I don't know. They are both from Lowell, Massachusetts. They met somehow. They bonded over cryptocurrency. Next thing I know, he's investing $11 million into Faze Media.
Days after the acquisition finalized, GameSquare sold 49% of Faze Media to Matt Kalish, the co-founder of DraftKings, for $11 million.
What?
Of how that went down, I was
DraftKings?
I was in the picture. if you go look at the picture of the article, I was standing in the picture. But did I know anything about that article or the detail that was happening? No, not at all.
By late April, the revival began rolling out. Faze wiped most of their roster clean, leaving just a handful of OGs. Then they announced the new roster, a group of streamers that weren't as well known online.
Richard, hey, Let's have a chat. You dropped the roster, bud. I think you also dropped the ball.
The internet was quick to voice their opinions, but Banks had a vision and he was sticking to it.
I can't apologize for doing what feels right. I can't apologize for wanting this to be fun again. I can't apologize for trying to do right by the brand. If it was the right decision to step away or get out of the way, I would do that in 2 seconds because I'm indebted to Faze Clan. I've seen Faze be mismanaged and abused and the life sucked out of it for so long that like all I want to do is I want to see the brand run and win and thrive because it deserves to.
He knew if you take a group of guys, throw them into an environment where everything is carefree, let them have fun, and capture it on camera, it works. It's the same strategy from the Faze New York house. He was just trying to recreate that. With that $11 million from Matt Kalish, Faze created the perfect environment. They rented an LA mansion, paid for content ideas, hired an
Damn, so that's how they ended up moving into that crib. For real? Damn. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. I honestly didn't. I always wondered and thought, like, how do streamers make a content crib, or how do they get a house worth millions of dollars? How does that work? Is it like an even split in between each content creator? But this makes so much more sense. This is all Banks' idea.
paid for content ideas, hired an entire support staff, removed any stress about money or bills, and just let the streamers make the best content possible. By the end of 2024, it had worked. The new Faze roster had taken over the internet. Their clips flooded TikTok. Their streams became some of the biggest on the platform. They all set new peaks, breaking viewership and subscriber records. At the Streamer Awards, Faze Clan was named the best content org. Banks' vision was proven right.
You guys have heard the story a million times. I guess I can run it through one more time. We got stolen from us, me and my boys. Shout out Tommy, Rain, Apex. Got it back. Did the only thing that there was to really do, which was wipe the slate clean, hit the reset button, give the fresh start. People told us we were dumb. People told me I was ruining Faze. People asked me, who the is Lacey? Who the is Black Boy Max, Stable Ronaldo? Who the is Silky? I guess now they know. Damn!
My worst year. I ended up peaking at new levels that I never thought I could hit. You know, I met all my friends here that I like to call family, and I retired my mom this year.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete.
Ron. Nah, bro. Banks is a cornball for that. He didn't even remember Jason's name. That's fucked up.
Crazy. Y'all changed my life. Obviously, this is fire. This is fire. We going for more awards next year for sure.
But as 2025 came into the picture, things started to shift. And to understand why, we need to talk about money. Specifically who owned what and who was left holding the bag. When GameSquare formed
Bro,
Faze,
I ain't gonna lie, all this shit really took a downfall as soon as Black Boy Max decided to leave and start doing his own fucking. Remember, he was doing his in the booth streams and shit like that. He just started slowly straying away from the group. And then you could see everything downhill from there.
Yeah, it started as a textbook 51-49 split. GameSquare moved all of Faze's IP, logos, and trademarks into this new entity and kept 51% control. Matt Kalish invested $11 million for the other 49%. That cash went straight into Faze Media's bank account, funding the houses, the staff, the whole revival. Simple enough. But then in June 2024, a third player entered the game. Banks wanted his piece, so he took out a $9.5 million loan from Matt Kalish, then used it to buy out exactly half of GameSquare's stake, making him a 25.5% owner of the company.
Diamond hands by GameSquare.
Damn.
But if Banks has been involved in this process since day one and gave GameSquare the blessing to buy the entirety of Faze Clan, as he has said, how the did he end up letting them sell an eighth of the business back to him for basically $10 million when they bought the entire thing for 14? Like, why give GameSquare your blessing to then turn around and buy an eighth of the company?
Well, I think the most obvious answer is the correct one here, where it wasn't planned and things just started happening and you took advantage of it as things popped up.
Here's the thing. Unlike Kalish's original $11 million, which went into building
That's
GameSquare,
wild.
Banks' 9.5
Nigga, that is some scheming type shit. That's like, they're low-key doing that shit that Kawhi got caught up for. Remember this past year or so, Kawhi got caught up with the, with Steve Ballmer? And the whole, making up this fake company just to have money to put it into his bonus and his contract. This is low-key just like that, bro. That's crazy. That is wild.
Unlike Kalish's original 11 million, which went into building Faze Media,
This
Banks'
nigga pulled the
11
Kawhi.
million didn't help the brand at all. So that money went straight to GameSquare's corporate balance sheet. GameSquare got paid, and they were willing to sell because they'd already gotten what they wanted. Listen to the CEO of GameSquare say it himself.
Really, there was two main assets, Faze Esports and Faze Media. The Faze Media side of it was an asset that we helped clean up, but for us, in the public company environment, our focus was on Faze Esports. Gives us real reach with audience. Faze Esports is profitable, it's growing. You know, Faze Media is still in a bit of a rebuild, it's burning a bit of cash, so...
The media side, the streamers, the content, was just an add-on they were happy to offload. They got the esports teams they actually wanted, plus $9.5 million in cash for selling half of something they considered a bonus. But GameSquare got paid twice. In November of 2024, they entered into a $10 million convertible note transaction with Matt Kalish. To translate, Matt Kalish gave them another $10 million in cash to pay off some other random debt, and in return, he could either take shares in GameSquare itself or claim their remaining 25.5% stake in Faze Media. By April 1st, 2025, the deal closed. GameSquare's remaining equity was transferred to Matt Kalish, making him the single largest shareholder of Faze Media with 75.5% ownership.
The founder of DraftKings is Matt Kalish, who is on the board at Faze.
So, to recap, GameSquare bought Faze Clan for $14 million in stock, then sold half of the company back to Banks and Kalish for $20 million in cash, and still got to keep the part of the company they actually wanted. These teams.
Them niggas,
Meanwhile, Matt
these niggas pulled a Kawhi and Steve Ballmer, bro.
Poured over $30 million into the revival of Faze, and once he got majority ownership, he started trying to recoup that money.
Only difference between the Kawhi and Steve Ballmer is that they actually fabricated a fake company. Or a fake, I'm not sure what it was. A fake incentive or some shit, man.
From day one, Banks and Kalish seemed closely aligned.
What's going on, buddy?
Matt, you're on vlog right now.
In August of 2024, Banks said on a podcast that Banks Group owned the majority of Faze Media.
So Faze Media is a company that we just set up a couple months back. Banks Group actually owns the majority of it now. 74.5%, I believe, is what it is, finally.
And just days after Kalish received GameSquare's 25.5%, Banks tweeted out that he owned 100% of Faze Media, which...
Wait, what? Aiden Ross claims he owns 20% of Faze Clan, but pretty sure on paper GameSquare still owns Faze Clan. He might have 8% of Faze Media. Though, if he dropped $5 million.
Received GameSquare's 25.5%, Banks tweeted out that he owned 100% of Faze Media, which I'm pointing out because he's essentially framing the two of them as just one entity, almost like they're inseparable. By May 2025, conversations about restructuring Faze started happening. At this point, money was flowing one way. Faze funded talent, covering 6 figures per month in rent, content costs, staff, food, but wasn't seeing anything really come back.
How does the business of Faze work now? Like, who owns Faze?
Obviously, we don't own a crazy amount because we're not the ones who put up millions of dollars a month to do the house, millions of dollars for employees, for content, or whatever.
They'd signed sponsorship deals with G Fuel and 4Loco worth millions, but millions go quick when you're bankrolling an entire content operation. Leadership started negotiating a revenue split with talent. Rumors online speculated 80-20. Talent keeps 80%, and Faze takes 20% of everything. Twitch revenue, YouTube ad money, sponsorships, the whole works.
They were supposed to sign a contract where they would be giving up 20% of their income to join Faze.
I'm gonna be honest, you guys freaking out about 20%? That is not crazy. 20%? That's like a market rate.
Initially, not much came from these early talks. Faze kept paying rent, covering content costs. Meanwhile, the talent kept growing. Stream viewerships rising, subscriber counts climbing. The guys in Faze were printing money as some of the biggest names on the internet, and Faze was still paying most of their expenses.
I live in an $80,000 a month house with all of my best friends. I get to wake up whenever I want. I get to go live whenever I want, and I get to do whatever I want for free. And then I get to make 100% of the money I make from it. How can I not sit here and be blessed?
Then on June 27th, something interesting happened. A trademark was filed for a talent agency called Hardscope. But the funny thing is, it was filed by Faze Media.
Hardscope?
By the end of the summer, two things happened. First, after a series of drama that Banks was constant.
What happened?
By the end of the summer, two things happened. First, after
Aiden Ross fucked this up. This community dumped on him, used him as exit liquidity.
After a series of drama that Banks was constantly at the center of, the talent asked him to step down publicly from his role as CEO. Banks doesn't make content, and the backlash from his actions ultimately fell into the talent.
Was this when they finally booted him? They said, "All right, bro, we have enough of your shit." It's incredibly unfair. Okay.
From his actions ultimately fell into the talent's chats. They were the ones left answering for it. So he stepped down.
FaZe Banks stepped down as CEO of FaZe Clan.
Banks had just
Wait, did he step down or did he get booted? Everything can change on a dime. Be grateful for all of it. Even the pain, take care of yourself, health, family. Bye.
So he stepped down.
FaZe Banks stepped down as CEO of FaZe Clan.
Banks had just recently stepped down as CEO.
There's a lot of being handled in the back end that y'all just don't need to know about.
Second, after negotiations continued to escalate, one member decided to leave FaZe entirely.
Yes, I'm leaving FaZe. Like I just said, I can't fully go into depth why I'm leaving FaZe, but I am leaving.
Blackboy Max said he wanted to build something that he actually owned and shared concerns over what control talent actually had.
And person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant and my creative director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls because they're on my team, tell me I have to fire my manager and get rid of him or I can't be here.
Which is valid, because if FaZe can make the houses, the furniture, and the staff appear, they can also make it disappear. As negotiations continued, Hardscope was going. The agency started hiring employees, started to make a portfolio piece based on the success of FaZe Clan. By mid-November,
Hey, what the fuck? I just seen the Cardinals bird.
started hiring employees,
see.
started to make a portfolio piece.
Hey, fake swag with the Arizona Cardinal. Okay.
Based on the success of FaZe Clan. By mid-November, logos were being finalized. Long-term FaZe employees were being transitioned to the new agency. It was becoming clear that Hardscope was the future of the business for Matt Kalish. Then he made it his full-time focus. Matt Kalish announced that he was stepping down from his role as the president of DraftKings, a company he co-founded 12 years ago into a billion-dollar behemoth.
I decided to leave DraftKings and transition out to do this full-time to launch Hardscope, which is kind of the platform that FaZe operates on. You know, I felt like it was the right time for me to go all in on that, and I'm really excited.
Nah,
in his
over DraftKings, my boy. You didn't even spend 20 years there, bro, and you built that shit, man.
Announcement post on LinkedIn, he teased what was coming next, a new platform focused on the creator economy. But he closed with something that, in hindsight, sounds a bit eerie. It reads, "While I am keeping the details close to the vest until mid-December, those who know me understand my DraftKings DNA runs deep. In everything we do, we always play to compete fiercely and win." The official launch of Hardscope happened at the Streamer Awards.
Welcome to the 5th Annual Streamer Awards.
The same night that FaZe Clan hit a new high. The same night multiple FaZe members stapled their names into internet history. The same night FaZe was crowned the best content org for the second year in a row.
And the Streamer Award goes to...
Damn, over AMP.
FaZe Clan.
Hardscope's launch video ran multiple times throughout the event.
I'm not even gonna lie, chat. I don't know what this is, HoloLive, but, you know, should be popping down in, like, Japan and fucking Korea, Asia, you know what I mean? Obviously, we got FaZe Clan, we got AMP. Do I just not know Ball, or, like, who are these niggas? I've never seen these dudes, ever. Do I just not know Ball or something?
Hardscope's launch video ran multiple times throughout the event, broadcasting how they revived FaZe Clan and were now opening their services to creators and brands alike. That's when conversations ended and ultimatums began. Sign a contract or get out.
You know when this started though? We just won a fucking stream Org of the Year game. That same night, went to hell, chat. We didn't even have time to celebrate. That same night, cooked. GG.
It was genuinely perfect for 2 years, bro. Back-to-back orgs of the year. Like, the guys were crushing it. Everybody was doing their own thing. I just think the infrastructure that was put around FaZe the last 2 years, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how it even led to that. Like, things can get so bad that everyone's forced out because of just stupid deals. An org isn't anything without the talent.
The entirety of FaZe, both the streamers who had just joined and those who'd been a part of it for over a decade, officially left the org.
Yo, chat, y'all seen the news? Who's seen the news?
I don't want to be cliche. I don't want to drag this, but as you can tell by the title, I left FaZe, and it's really something, like I said, I don't want to be cliche, but something I never really expected to say.
I officially left FaZe Clan.
You know, I decided to leave.
We have decided
everybody dipped out
as a group that
Obviously, it was an
Man, Silky, you couldn't at least be there in person. This is like breaking up with somebody over text. Come on, dog.
our best intention to leave Faze Clan.
I have officially left Faze Clan. It is sad, man. It really, really is sad. Especially for me, man. We got so close to fixing it and we just want organ.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This nigga Adapt, he done seen like the beginning days, like I'm talking like 10 years ago. I remember watching FaZe Clan 10 years ago, bro, when they got like the Clout House, Rice Gum, you know, FaZe Banks and Alyssa were dating. And like, dog, it was popping, man. Nelk, like, nah, that's crazy. Adapt might be like the Vince Carter. Adapt low-key is Vince Carter of social media, bro. He's been in every era. Old ass.
Bro. It is. Even now, talking about it, it's sad. 14 years later, that this is how it will be coming to an end, man.
Here's the thing.
Nah, that's sad,
I
I ain't
don't really
gonna
think
lie.
anyone's the villain here. It's hard to blame Matt Kalish for wanting to recoup the $30 million he poured into this thing. And the direction he's taking with Hardscope, it's objectively a more sustainable business model, something that can actually scale in ways a content group never could. As for the talent, if those contracts had been on the table from day one, a lot of them probably would have signed. But you can't expect them to sign now. Not when they're this big. Not when they've seen what happens when someone else controls your brand. Because FaZe proved it. Twice. Social media is a business now. And if you don't own what you build, someone else will decide what happens to it.
This was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. I gave up my entire adult life to this. I have never made not one singular dollar outside of my salary via FaZe. Not selling it, not buying it, raising money. Where's the money? I'm this fucking guy who's trying to take everything from everybody. Where is it? Then why the am I millions of dollars in debt?
When it comes to Banks and what he owns, things get pretty blurry fast. From the surface, it looks like Hardscope falls under FaZe Media, which would mean that if Banks still owns his shares of FaZe Media, he'd technically be a part owner of this new talent agency. You know, the one that's now the full-time focus of a multi-billionaire with a proven track record of scaling companies to insane heights? Banks has tiptoed around this topic. From what I've seen, he's never publicly said he sold his shares. He's just said that he's not involved in FaZe, but has never spoken a word of Hardscope. But all in all, the real problem with FaZe was never the people. It was always the same impossible question. How do you turn magic into a business without killing the magic?
FaZe Media, Banks, and Kalish still own the IP for FaZe. Can it ever exist again?
You know, while it's in their hands, because they technically own the IP, they could, at this point, you know, Matt Kalish has enough money to just let that die if he wants to, you know, and just like never sell it again. And I don't know, really anything could happen.
Would you want to see FaZe revive, come back from the dead once again, even if that meant that you couldn't be a part
honestly,
of it?
nah.
I don't envision that it's going to be attempted to be revived, but maybe I'm wrong. I really don't know.
I think everybody's kind of like just defeated at this point. They've given up. Like they've always had a sliver of hope. Maybe even me, like why I still live in LA? Like why the f do I still live in LA? Like I've been in this apartment for 5 years. I fucking hate it. Why do I live here? Maybe like the whole time I lived here, like I wanted to move, but there was a sliver of hope. Maybe something will change in FaZe. I want to make sure I'm here for it. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason.
I think part of me needs to just bury it and move on with my life. As hard as it is, like, I always love it. I always wish for the logo and the company to be successful. I just don't know what that would mean if it came back again.
The ultimate downfall of FaZe Clan highlights the fundamental problem with the business model behind content groups. We've seen it time and again. They're destined to fail. The only group that has truly stood the test of time is the Sidemen, and the reason why is pretty simple. They own the company themselves. Every member has equal shares and voting power. But most importantly, their friendship is priority number one. And that's what makes FaZe Clan's story so tragic. They had that too once, but as the business evolved, it shredded everything that the logo once stood for.
The reason FaZe fell apart is there was no glue in the foundation of our friendship. What makes me sad is like, no way we built something that low-key just changed the internet. It did. And yet we built something so beautiful, yet don't have an unbreakable bond, and it breaks my heart. That alone tells me that there was no saving FaZe, because if the brotherhood wasn't there, FaZe isn't there.
I think as things got bigger, as a lot more people got involved, I think everyone just grew apart and just had different things we focused on outside of FaZe. That's like a normal life thing anyways, you grow apart from people, but throw in all this, and it's just like, you know what really sucked the most was the only time that we would talk was about problems.
In 2021, I actually was dealing with severe financial issues because I paid $1 billion in medical bills. I have insane family expenses, taxes, of course. I was getting rinsed left and right while making no income. And Faze knew that. And they wanted to give me a lump sum of like, what, $500K that they owed me. And they said, but sign an NDA, we're not paying it. Called my mom. I said, Mom, you're trying to hold this money over my head. I know we need it. I'll sell my cars. I'll sell my jewelry. I'll sell whatever it takes. I'm not doing it. And I love my family because they were proud. Later, I'm back.
I do still feel the human emotions of being sad, thinking if I think too deep of it or look back at old videos or whatever, like it gives me a really weird feeling in my stomach.
Okay, my bad. What were you saying?
Yeah, I think we were just talking about
Oh, the NDAs and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, my bad, because that time is so sensitive for me, bro. Like, because again, one thing I don't like is like I'm the only one that didn't sign the NDA, and like when they were trying to force me to get the money, and they knew everything I was going through. I don't know if Apex did too much, but Tommy and Banks kept saying, I don't see the problem, sign the NDA. What do you want us to do? And it just f***ed me up, bro, because they did not see a singular issue with them holding money over my head.
Yeah, but see, that right there tells you that the friendship had been long gone. Because bro didn't even ask Rain. Banks never even asked Rain if he was alright. If nigga was just like a personal human question, like, how you doing, bro? Like, nah, he just wants him to sign this damn NDA.
Saying like, no, sign this NDA or we're not giving you shit.
Yeah, it's not
Like at least ask my boy, like, how are you doing, bro? Are you okay? Like, this nigga's in a wheelchair, bro.
Fortunately, where we're at,
Fucking
like,
heartless
are we allowed to be in
ass.
the same room again? No, probably not. Like I was gonna say maybe when someone dies, but I think even if someone dies, like I don't know if everybody, like I can't tell you who would show up and who wouldn't.
Some of us will never be able to get it out of our system, bro, because it's such a one-on-one experience. Like, I'll never get to be a kid again, right? So I'll never get to build my childhood dream as a kid and watch it come to fruition. I'll just never have that again.
You know, I have just a deep love genuinely for like Faze. Everything to do with Faze. All the people that were in it, all the people that supported it. It just sucks that most people are gonna remember it for the nastiness that kind of happened. But like people that know, the people that experience that feeling that I'm talking about that I can't put into words. No, and like I just love connecting with people that have that same feel. And I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this are those people too. So, you know, I'll be on the internet watching and figuring out where to plug in, like I said. But yeah, nothing much to say. But thank you guys for having me on it, and you know, shout out to everybody that supported Faze at any point. I appreciate it.
Damn, solid vid, man. W vid. What do y'all think, bro? Oh man, I personally just feel like bro, the money, once the money really started coming in, that's when you start to see people's true colors, bro. Is when, you know, real money starts to settle in. Because one day people are cool, you know, buddy, best friends. But then when money's on the line, you don't know how people will turn out. And also true what he did say about the sidemen. What I also noticed is that like that he's right. The friendship of the sidemen has always been their foundation. And that's the one thing that they always make sure is intact. Is that they're all still 100% friends. Because without that, what is the company? You know what I mean? It's not like people just started showing up out of nowhere. They were watching you guys because you guys were all cool. You guys were friends with each other. You guys were having a good time. And so the second that stops happening, because of money, because of greed, because of whatever, nigga, the second that stops happening, that's the second everything goes to shit. Because that's literally the foundation. And the motherfuckers just started egoing each other. Banks started egoing everybody for these damn investors and these old ass dudes who don't know how to run a video game company. Man started giving away the ball, man. He started turning over the ball to like all the wrong dudes. Like shit. But nah, that was wild though.